Everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make one of the most useful tools for making multicolored stickers at home. I call it the vinyl positioner. I'm not sure what else to call it, but basically it allows you to position two or more colors of vinyl on top of each other and get them lined up spot on every time. And you make them with my transfer tape, which is D-tape. I'll leave a link in this description. And it's basically 2 sheets of that stuck back to back. And that's it. That's the end of the video. That's all you need to know. No, I'm just joking. There's more to it than that. But essentially, yeah, it's 2 pieces of backing tape stuck to each other, which allows you then to manipulate the top colour of vinyl over the bottom without the two sticking together too early. This is something I get asked quite a lot about in my other videos, so I thought it justified making its own video so I can refer people back in the comments to this one. So before we make this, we need a sticker. So I need to weed out these 2 stickers, and I also need a new blade on my knife because that one's had it. And to save a bit of time, let's just get weeding with the power of editing. Right, that's got those 2 weeded out. Now this image was of a friend's pet. He sent me a photograph which I then sketched up in pencil because I still like using pencil first, just on good old pad, and then I moved that over to my iPad and drew him up in Fresco, which I then transferred to the PC and did that in Inkscape. So it's a bit of a long way around, but I wanted to use Fresco. So this is my first sticker I've made using Fresco. And I am working on some new videos specifically for iPad using Affinity and Fresco. But for now, let's crack on and make our little positioner. Now I could just use this, but I wanted to show you how I made this in the first place. This is my sort of go-to. It's very old now, a bit creased and a bit messy. But this is a good size for me because it's a good size for bumper stickers, and you can use it for all sorts of projects. But we're going to make one a little bit smaller, maybe half the size, a bit easier to manage. So we get our tape. Now I've heard of people using all sorts of anything that's like non-stick will work. But because this is on the bench, it's right in front of me. If you need to make a new one, you can quickly do it. So I like using transfer tape. Let's just flip him over. I want to get rid of that. There's a crease just there. I want to get rid of that. It doesn't have to be perfect at this point because we can trim it at the end. Let's just get rid of that. I'm going to use the full width. Let's use that corner there. Try and get it to lay flat. Let's just make sure it's big enough for what we want to do. Yeah. So I'm just going to use where these thicker lines are on my cutting mat. I'm going to use 3 blocks of those. If I can do this without knocking the microphone over, that would be fantastic. That's 1. I'll probably just go straight over the top of that. Should be okay. Same again. Let's get rid of our reel out of the way. And now we've got 2 bits of transfer tape. And we need to stick them together. Well, there's a little bit of dirt there. That won't annoy me for the next 6 months looking at that. Oh well, never mind. Now, we've got to get these stuck together without them creasing. So we'll lay that one down. So the sticky side's up. You can see it sticking to my hand. And what I'm going to do, if I can let go of it, I'm going to bend this like a U shape. Try and drop it down into the middle. And hope it doesn't jump up. Something like that. And then get a squeegee, a credit card, whatever you got to hand, and just make sure they're stuck together tight. One bubble there. Something like that. And then you're going to have an overlap, so you're going to have little sticky bits. So I'll just go through both sheets. And you want to remain as close to the edge as you can to get the maximum area, maximum usable area for what you want to do. I'm glad I changed the blade on this because that's flying through this now. And if you want to spend a bit of extra time and make it perfectly square, that's a good idea, but I'm not going to bother for this project. Now, just get that in the bin. It isn't too bad because you can see with the light on my bench that this reflects. It's quite easy to see, but quite often, if I get a bit out of the light, as it moves away from the light, you'll see it just disappears onto the bench, which is why I put these other stickers on, because when your workbench is covered in offcuts and all sorts, and you put that down, it will disappear. You will not be able to see it. So I'm just going to grab some offcuts from the weeding. Probably just one to save a bit of time for the video. Let's just stick that in the corner there. And then wherever it goes, you'll be able to see it. Okay, so we are ready to assemble our sticker. We've got our two sections. So the orange is the bottom section, and the black, well, it's actually, I used metallic grey, which I'm quite pleased with. I'm going to use that on top. So just grab my transfer tape again and cut off a section about the size of our sticker. I'll do it off camera. It's much more interesting that way. Sorry about that. Right, so that guy's on top. So what we're going to do is stick our transfer tape on top. I did the same thing again. I put it down as like a U shape and stick it in the middle and work your way out. Like that. And then we're going to peel this guy off. Hopefully I've picked up all the little bits. Hopefully I picked up all the little bits. That's better. And then what we're going to do is stick this guy on top of our positioning tool. Now what you want to do is you want the bare minimum stuck on here. So on something like this, I'd probably put a bit of the eye and a bit of the back. And what you don't want to do is stick this down hard onto this. You don't want that to stick. All you're doing is trying to position it. So you can see there, all I've got is just a little bit. That's just to help us position it. So we're going to put that flat. And now I can move that around freely without danger of it sticking down too early. So I'm just going to provisionally roll them around, try and get something lined up. That's looking pretty good. And now you want to just push down gently on the bit that's overlapping. And then make sure you're happy with it, which still looks pretty good. So I can commit that now. And then it's just a case of flipping that up, and I kind of flip the positioning tool out of the way like that and just roll him. And I'd be lying if I was saying this isn't satisfying. And that's it. So the tool's out of the way, and your sticker is lined up. And it's just a case of giving it a quick trim. Of course, you know, I'm doing this to show you on camera, which makes things slower anyway. But once you're up to speed and you know what you're doing, you can really rattle through these. And I'm finding that since doing YouTube, I'm actually making less art than I would normally, because I'm trying to film everything. And then I make a mistake, or you want to start again, and then you've got to set the camera and the mic up again, and I'm actually finding that I'm doing less work because I'm trying to film it. So that's a little obstacle to my future that I need to get around. But yeah, that's it. How to make a vinyl positioning tool. I hope that's helped some of you out there. If it has, let me know in the comments, and check out some of my other videos, and I will hopefully see you very soon. My name's Dan, and you're watching Petrol Vectors.